Welcome one and all to the newest adventure in Fate's Rest. Changed up a little bit there.
Yeah.
Last time our
Freaking me out,
adventurers our adventurers did some things, and
I mean, did we though?
No, we just goofed around. That's
I
all we
mean,
did.
how about this? You received some things.
Received some things.
Oh, we got presents.
Had a magical puberty.
Found out that the Zug or Fritz, the orc body, is 18, which we found out sort of between sessions.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Fritz is.
he has a bald head.
Fritz is a young little. He's a young orc, fresh into his maturity, going about life. He's doing his whole, backpacking round the world thing that young people like to do on occasion.
Oh God! I just realized something.
I just
realized something.
he's
Because
already
of his
bald.
age is why Sigward let him loose in the brothel because he's only 18. It's like, no.
He did 100% say you do not want Fritz to be loose in this environment.
That makes sense. Well, as a fun fact, while we're going over ages, did you know that Yulbie's 21? 22, actually. I looked over at her sheet. I was off by a year.
Still child.
She's
elf.
a baby elf. Yeah.
Well, due to rounding errors, we're not exactly sure how entirely old Sig is. We do know there's a 2,000-year gap, and then approximately, probably around about 1,000 years, give or take, maybe. So he's about 3,000 years old.
I feel like you kind of can't count the 2,000-year gap though, because he was a necklace.
That's true. He didn't really have a body
He
at
was
that
sleeping.
stage.
He was in hibernation.
And his body was in a dustpan somewhere.
No, his body was fertilizer.
Well, I mean, either way.
Callie,
His
on the
body's
other
been
hand-
dead. His body's been dead for a long time.
Callie, on the other hand, we didn't pick an exact age, I don't think, but somewhere 1,500 plus.
That's also why I said that 3,000-ish, because
You stop counting years after the first 1,000 or so.
right?
Unless your dragon horde is counting years.
Well, he also did have
okay.
he also did have a moment in the camp. He had a moment earlier at one point where somebody says their age, it was like a couple hundred or whatever, and he admitted he hadn't even had his first kid in that many years. So I think it was like 800 or something like that. So
Oof.
So basically, we're traveling with great-grandpa, great-grandma, and their two young
Toddlers.
great-grandchildren.
I don't think you have enough greats in there, but we'll just shorten it for brevity.
Well, we don't have enough of a medium right now for me to list out all the greats.
Great to the 10th power, Grandpa. Great to the 10th power, Grandma. All right. So, we will pick up exactly where we left off.
Traveling
You
the
had
desert.
You had summon your steeds, which, by the way, that is 2 magical actions, so roll me 2d6s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and one of those is a yulbie magic, so...
Oh, I have.
Yeah, sure.
I have to do D6s for this.
Do you?
No, I
No.
don't. Okay. I was like, do I need to do
No,
one?
just
this
me.
is specifically
Okay.
yulbie.
That will be a 6 and a 6, Tex.
Alright, so it's a good start. Make sure to keep track of that total.
I will.
So curious.
I have secrets.
Tell me your secrets,
No.
please.
It was so blunt. No. Alright, so you're trotting along at a decent pace. It's hot, so the horses probably won't go very fast. And I can tell you right now, Banana Nut is not happy. The Fae do not like the heat.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell them.
And you're making good time. And this, since you're on horseback and chariot.
Mm-hmm.
And this road is a well-traveled road. You're going from a sugarcane farm field to the city, the walled city of Bastion. The last surviving ancient city. You approach the walls, and without any hesitation, the gates on the wall begin to open. And before you is this sprawling metropolis of the most eclectic types of buildings you have ever seen. And to the far side of this street that you are currently on, almost in the center of what the town would be, is the Colosseum, which you can see from anywhere in the city. And as you walk out, the ground below you sways and shakes as if you're walking on water.
Is there some kind of like identifiable thing about this Coliseum? Just kind of curious to like if it's I guess like a supremely old building or if it's something that's newer, just out of curiosity.
So this you know what? Sig, roll me a history check.
I like doing those.
And while you do that, I will explain y'all's walk into the city. So you're walking across the outer ring of the city of Bastion and into the main city. And the city itself, or this section of the city itself, it floats as if it's sitting on water. And every now and then there's large chunks of area that are open and you can see the oasis underneath.
Wait, so is it actually floating on water?
Yes, the outer ring is floating on water, yes.
Huh.
So the city of Bastion is essentially there's a wall that goes all the way around the oasis. A very ancient and it's like this weird stone that you see it all over the place. It's the same kind of stone that you saw in the library back in the north of Locorum, and it's just like sandstone colored, so it matches the surroundings. But all the way around the outside of the oasis, and then there's rings on the inside of the city. There's a section on the outer ring where the lower class and most of the residents live. Then there's an open ring for the oasis to be accessed, and then the middle, or the inner ring, and then the middle ring, which are the high-end entertainment districts and shopping districts. What was that roll there?
That is a 27.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I got a natural 20 and plus 7 modifiers, so.
Alright, so the things that you will notice about this Coliseum, first and foremost, for your history check, is that this building has been here for as long as Sig can remember the city. Because this city is one from his time. It's been standing since then. This was the capital city of the Daemon race.
Okay, so does that, combined with the book entry we got about the cradle, make him ring any bells?
Alright, so you will know that the oasis this Daemon city was built on was in the caldera of a long dead volcano.
I always like that word, caldera.
It's a very good word.
It's a fun word. Okay, so an oasis would definitely be a cradle of civilization to some extent in the desert.
It is. And the Colosseum is always been a Colosseum, from what you know. Daemons were very proud of their fighting prowess.
Gonna look at Yulbie.
Yeah.
Just,
Mm-hmm.
where do we go to speak to this Pops you mentioned?
Pop up.
Pop, right. Sorry.
Pop up.
Pop up?
Yes. Exactly that. She grins.
Blinks a few times, then nods.
Say's can kind of. I actually remember this building.
Oh, I remember it too.
Well, I might have actually fought in it at least once.
Oh, yeah? Maybe the records are all in the big old books they got.
It's probably in a language that nobody can read, but that's a possibility. It could be in there mentioning it.
Mm-hmm. We'll find him over there. He'll probably be in the biggest, fanciest room.
Yeah, you make your way through the town. You make it past the outer circle and then the open circle, and once you hit the inner circle, you are on solid ground again. And there's hotels, there's merchants. It's almost as if everything, as far as you can see in this circle, is an open bazaar. It's ridiculous how much stuff is going on here.
Okay, there are food stands here, right?
Oh yes.
Oh, we need breakfast.
Mm-hmm. And what is Yulbie's food of choice in Bastion? This is deciding power for Yulbie.
I'm gonna make something up. I'm not sure how well it's gonna go, but we're gonna go with that. So imagine like fruit, right? On a stick. However, it's wrapped in a very sweet bread. And it's light and fluffy. And it's covered in like powdered sugar dust.
Did you just make a funnel cake on a stick?
I think so. But I don't want it hot. It has to be like
Don't want it
cool.
hot?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a cool treat.
Yes.
So like strawberry shortcake on a stick.
No, that's too much
So-
bread. It's more fruit in the middle. Kind of like how a hot dog is, with like the meat in the middle.
You mean like a corn dog?
Are you a corn dog?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you can do that. Let's see. Let's see, what shall we call these? I can't even think of a name for that. I'll come up with one. What should I call it?
Thinking on it.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one.
Or you can call it fruit on a stick. And then
That'd be
everyone...
super simple.
Yeah. And then everyone will look at it and be like, why? It's bread on a stick. Nah, the fruit's in the middle, dude. That gets everybody to come over and ask what the heck it is. Because that's definitely not fruit on a stick.
I can say the two common fruit that grow here would be dragon fruit and pineapples.
Ooh. That sounds like a fun time. Oh, it's almost like an upside down cake now. That's the flavor I'm imagining. Perfect.
What about like
Yulbie will get that.
what about like a walking fruit pie? Because like it's on a stick, so you can just walk and eat it, and then there's bread and there's fruit inside.
The inner northern Midwesterner in me says you can't call it a walking anything unless it's in a bag.
Yeah.
I mean, it could just be a hand pie or a pie on a stick. I don't know.
Oh, why don't we let one of our listeners name it?
There you go.
We'll make the announcements on our social medias once somebody gives us something.
Exactly. That's perfect.
Well, you'll be getting that and 3 of them to share with the others.
Perfect.
So I think this is right. So I think Sig would probably be a little bit disappointed that there's no meat, but he does think it's pretty good.
Goes and orders 2 more. All right.
I think Callie's enjoyment of the treat is like quiet ponder. She's like, oh, it's interesting. I wonder if we could make this out of the fruits back home. Sort of brain happening.
All right. So you are now eating the yet to be named
Fruit on a stick.
That's ominous.
fruit thing on a stick. I almost said donut.
It's almost like a kolache, isn't it?
Kinda.
Kind of.
God, now I want kolaches.
And you wander about the bazaar, making your way closer to the stadium or the Coliseum. And as you get closer, I'm gonna need, just because this is a little bit of tidbit knowledge that one of you would know. Hopefully, one of you would know. Zug and Yulbie to roll history checks.
Okay.
I imagine it's the daytime, right?
Yes.
Okay. 7.
It's like mid-morning, almost lunchtime. 7?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's better than the 1.
I got a little bit better at a 15.
15. Well, the thing for this particular thing was a 10, so... Sig Trigger will remember that the Colosseum was also the royal palace for the Daemons.
That could be a weird combination.
I mean, where else? Where would a better place to be to protect your royal family than the Colosseum, where all of the city's fighters are?
Or the underneath the caldera of a dormant volcano. I imagine it'd be very difficult to get into.
Yeah, probably a little bit.
Alright. And you stand at the gates of this massive Colosseum. On either side of this Colosseum, from the direction you're standing, is 2 very extremely large desert palm trees.
Are there any kind of statues or anything that shows the Daemon lineage on this fort, on this Coliseum?
Roll me a perception check.
I was thinking if it's, if it was their palace, then they would definitely have some kind of carvings or etchings or something in it.
I know. Roll me a perception check.
That is a 12.
All right. So most of the statues you see are of modern day races and are made from the marble sandstone that you see a lot of the stone buildings out of. Anything that was once made of the same stone as the walls and the Colosseum looks like it's either crumbled or been removed.
So he'd probably grumble under his breath about people don't respect what came before.
You know what my brain just did?
What?
Okay, boomer.
Oh man.
I mean, that's not terribly inaccurate.
Sig is the boomer of the group.
He is rather
Oh,
old
we
and
didn't
from a
call him
different world.
Grandpa. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. How do we get inside?
Yeah, there's open gates all throughout the bottom of it. Think kind of like the way the Roman Colosseum's gates are, where there's little openings all the way around the bottom of it. It's kind of like how I just set it up, so you can get in any of those gates.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna go in.
Yep.
Eat my fruit on a stick.
Yeah, following along.
Yep, just following the yulbie. Following the yulbie.
Make sure to put banana nut away. I don't need them any longer.
Let's see. It's fair.
Yeah. Sig would be kind of looking around at anything that would be recognizable for the times he was here.
Gotta roll some dice. Shit. I don't know where that went. The dice is lost forever.
Bye-bye, dice.
All right.
Bye.
So, as y'all are walking in, a few of the people around recognize Yulbie, and some of them fighters who wave nonchalantly, other of them fans who come rushing up for autographs.
Duh.
A lot of them are little children. And he says, "You're the one who beat the Manticore. You can we have your autograph?"
Hey, yeah. We can do that. Got paper?
And they're giving you they're holding up like sword sheaths and dagger sheaths and pieces of armor and
I mean, she'll get a dagger out and try and etch her name in. And the letters will be Y and B.
it's fair.
She will entertain him.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of
And
grin.
These kids are all super happy, and this one little goblin kid is like, "Yes, I'm gonna make so much money off this." And he runs off.
I'm picturing that goblin kid as the annoying fan from Oblivion.
And you walk around, and one of the fighters that you fought against regularly comes up. And he says, "Yulbie, it's been a long time, little one."
What, little
big old-
one?
This big old Loxodon of a man.
She'll give him a playful punch in the side.
"What brings you back to the Colosseum? Are you here for a fight?"
Nah, I'm looking for Pop-Pop. He knows all the things.
Oh, Pop is in the director is in the chambers where he's always at.
It's like he never leaves. Is his butt glued down to the chair again?
It's possible he's in there with the with the current chieftain of the city.
Speaking important stuff.
Possibly. They meet like 3 times a week now. It's kind of, I don't know. It's very odd.
Squints.
3 times a week? That's weird. Even one meeting's enough. Especially with that old flodger.
Yes, but if you do happen to want to do a fight while you're here, I'm pretty sure they could get you on against the current champion.
I don't know. I got busy work. Gotta help all the people and do all the things. See, I'm helping out my friends here. She'll point to the other 2. The 2 squishies.
Oh boy.
Let's see. He looks at the other 2. I sense magic. He sniffs with his big old trunk. Yeah. Magic.
Oh yeah, they're very good at that.
I think Sig would just kind of make like a little the little bit hand gesture.
Just a bit.
Not like he's trained for it his entire life or anything. Just a little bit good at it.
I consider myself proficient in the skill.
Could also he goes to like reach up slightly to almost as if he's about to reach up to touch Callie's horns, and he pulls away. So you could poke somebody's eyes out with those things.
She smirks a little bit.
It's good melee weapons.
Don't think I haven't.
I like your friends. They're nice.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
You say that until you know me.
Oh no, I still don't know you.
Amazing.
What? Yeah, you know the way to the director's office. I will leave you to your dealings.
Okay, catch you later. Or maybe not, I don't know. She's gonna start going again.
Yep. And you walk your way through this coliseum, winding the stairs, going up to the next level, winding, doing the same.
Just
You're
so
all
you
like
know, as soon as we're like walked away like a good level far away from that guy, you'll be able to look at to them and be like, I don't even remember his name. Remember the face, not the name, though.
I've had a few people I know like that. You kind of hope halfway through the conversation they'd say their name or something, but it doesn't always happen.
Nope.
I will say this: Yulbie fought him 3 times and won every time.
Wonderful.
This is before she got the axe.
Well, you do seem quite popular here.
Oh yes, I'm an excellent fighter. She'll make the strong arms.
You find the stairs, you wind up, you find the stairs, you wind up. And you're on the 5th floor. And this is a lot of stairs, so you're probably all exhausted.
Well, she'll look at Sig and make sure, you okay?
You know, you'd be surprised at how much I can climb stairs.
I don't know, your legs look kind of small.
They're bigger than Fritz's legs.
And You make it to the doors that lead into Pop Op's office. And there exits a older Leonin woman who is black, almost completely black fur with like a white collar around her neck of fur, white collar of fur around her neck. And she waves. She's wearing the traditional garb of the chieftain of Bastion. She walks away. And into Pop-Pop's office you go.
Yeah, out of character. I don't think it's just a businessy meeting.
And into Pop-Pop's office you go.
Yeah, we'll go in. We'll go in.
I'm still just following Yulbie at this point. She's the master of this realm.
Yep.
Sitting at a desk on the far end of the room, looks like they're writing on some paper, is what Yulbie and Callie would know, or would be similar to what Yulbie and Callie know as Dark Elves. Except for a normal Dark Elf, their skin isn't this dark. He has no hair and wears a large jacket.
Man, the male pattern baldness is going around in this place.
It's rampant.
However, Sig will know that the man sitting in front of them is a daemon
So,
and not a dark.
just a side note, we have had a perfect area to put in like a Keeps advertisement because we have all these people who are bald. It would have been so perfect. This whole time. Call us. I mean, I think this Damon would also recognize that Fritz is a celestial.
Yes, he would. But he looks up without noticing Sig at first. He says, Yulbie. Darling, you're back. How was your trip?
Pretty good. Doing all the adventure things. Look, I even help out the lady. And she'll, like, point to her uniform. Pull on some of the cloths.
She is quite the lady, too.
I think so, yes. From all the stories.
Yes, stories. Right. So, what brings you to... And then he notices Sig Trigger finally. Where in the hell did you come from?
Cave. Legitimately.
It's a bit of a long story, I would say.
Well, from my understanding of the stories, it's when... Well, you do not look like Zug right now, so I don't know. She throws her hands up.
And this demon, or this Pop-Op, he stands, arms behind his back. As he walks closer to y'all, you can tell he is very elderly. Even for a race of creatures that is supposed to be eternal, he walks and looks very frail and elderly. Your face looks familiar, but I can't quite place it. And he looks at Sig. Yeah. I lost track of the years, so It's been, I don't know how long since I've seen one of your race.
You might know you might have actually known my wife, most likely. She was more of the type to fight in the arena. I occasionally did, not as often.
Perhaps. I was but a sprout when the last time I saw one of your people. But I'm getting distracted. So, what brings, and his eyes flash a second, a ex-champion of the arena, a celestial something, and a dragon to my office?
Yulbie will ponder this. I believe we are trying to save the world, so we need to go get the elemental friend that lives in the city. She'll nod.
The elemental friend.
We're looking for a dormant volcano.
Oh, you went down into the caldera.
I mean, 1 and 1 together would be at the cradle, so...
Well, I could let you down into the caldera. That shouldn't be a problem, not for one that I helped raise anyway, and pats Yulbie's head.
Ah. She'll like do the hand.
I see no problem with that. Though I must tell you not to do anything of heavy weight, I should say, down there. Just because the volcano is dead does not mean it can't erupt when shit happens.
So don't make it angry.
Don't make the earth angry. That is the best way to put that. There's 10 million people living in this city, and I am responsible for most of them.
Fair enough. I suppose we can agree to those terms.
May I ask why you're going down into the caldera, though?
I believe she already told you. Saving the world, making friends with an elemental.
Oh, yes. Do tell that old fart when you get down there I said hello.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard, I guess.
Alright. And he slowly walks over to this solid stone wall on the left side of his desk. And he runs his fingers across some etched lettering. They light up. And a door pops open. This should take you directly down into the temple. Mind your step. It has been a while since it was maintained.
Are you sure? I thought we played hide and seek this way once.
That, yes, but it has been, the rest of the temple has been very, very not maintained.
Okay.
I am no fighter, and I am not one to deal with the challenges that present themselves there.
Well, it does seem like a common trend for things from our time back then. I've actually gone and seen my house, and about the same.
Ooh. I was once a stable boy here at the Coliseum. And now I own it. He does like the thumbs up thing, like, hey.
Well, I was a farmer unless I was needed for fighting in the different wars. And my wife, Eldred, she was a warrior of quite a bit of repute, so...
Eldred. You mean Storm Eldred, the four-time champion? Jesus.
She hated being called Storm. It was always fun
Yeah,
to...
well, good luck telling the other damage that.
Well, she definitely had a driven manner when she wanted something, so that's fair that the name stuck.
All of the old statues are down there in the temple. I moved them down there when the outer ring was built. So you might see her statue down there. Who knows?
Well, it's good that someone kept the history intact.
Yeah, the desert elves and the Leonin in this area know how much that stone is worth, and they just scrap those statues faster than you could blink.
He just gotta kind of shake his head.
Right, go. Go. Take the elevator down.
Yeah, you'll be able to just get going.
Go.
And essentially, you all climb into this elevator. That's this giant box of light. It in like a little pocket dimension of light, and it's just you can feel it moving downwards.
Yulbie's just gonna hum a song as they go down.
Elevator music.
Yep. Well, I mean, I have a song stuck in my head, and I was like, I don't know what else to do. Yulbie's gonna hum a song. Now I won't be the only one.
Roll me since you'll be humming. Roll me a performance.
Roll you a
This will
what?
be funny. A performance.
Sure. How's a 28?
28. I think as you're humming, the tune is so catchy that both Callie and Sig Trigger also start humming it. And this elevator feels like it's going on forever. And ever.
Hey, is this one of those old-timey elevators with, like, the bars that lock?
No, it honestly just feels like you're standing in a box of light. There's no discernible walls or floor or ceiling.
Ah, I was just gonna say, where's a convenient door when you need one? Because then we could just timey-wimey through this elevator ride.
You know, some of these things were a little bit quicker when I remember them, but
Well, Pop-Up did say this place was not maintained.
that's fair.
I guess he didn't hire any more people to work in this part of the Coliseum.
Well, I've been finding that people from our time are less and less common, so it could just be almost impossible to actually find them.
Isn't that when people just make more of them?
Well, you know, it kind of comes with the territory of being basically immortal is we have a very, very low birth rate. I mean, my 2 kids are 5 years apart, and that's considered rather rapid among my people.
All right. And I think after what feels like an eternity in an elevator, it finally dings and opens.
Also, this whole elevator sequence is like straight out of the first Mass Effect game for all the loading screens.
As it dings, in a very distorted voice, you hear a recording of Pop Op from somewhere, and it says "Hall of Heroes."
Well,
Cool.
seems like we're down here. Shall we?
And
Of course, and Yogi's just gonna go forward. Is it a hall of like statues and things? I want to look at all of them.
And as you walk out of the elevator, and the elevator closes, that is where we will stop for the night.
Nuts. We don't even get to see what the hall is supposed to look like.
Womp womp womp. Or
Been chipped.
or our DM hasn't figured out what all the hero statues look like yet. So there's that.
Well, I have a bunch of them. I just have to name them.
Ah. That was going to be my next guess. Yes, name all the plaques. What if they all fell off?
Well, there's probably going to be a chance that Sig might remember some of them. So
That's fair. There is a close to 0 chance that Calliero will remember any of them, so...
I don't know.
I mean, she... Maybe, but, you know...
Bastion has been around since long before the
Well, yeah.
Calamity.
long
And it has
long ago.
Sure,
Good
but
ever
Kelly
since.
isn't the most... I mean, she doesn't... She can literally count the number of friends she has on one hand, and they're all standing right here. So...
Aw, you consider Sig and or Fritz a friend.
Yeah, good luck guessing which one. And also, I said on one hand, and they're all standing here, so it might not be either of them.
That's fair.
Ooh.
I will choose to say that at least one of them is in that friend group, though.
It's just Freynos.
Yes, obviously.
Because Freynos is like a he's literally mini Callie with the attitude.
I guess that's not entirely true. She does have, you know, a few friends in the village back home, but that's not the point. My point is that she wasn't the most social, so probably she didn't.
But I mean, are dragons typically social?
I mean,
No.
yeah, exactly. That's where we're at. She's like, cool. I got this island. I'm gonna be the guardian of it. I'm done. This is good. I don't need friends. I got this. Anyway,
I got the
No.
gig I want with my
Basically.
life.
No, with that, let's do the thing.
Oh, the thing. Jeez. All right. So we want to hear your ratings and or reviews. 1 star, mean star, 5 stars, best stars. Let us know how much of a boomer you think Sig happens to be, and that's been a fun journey of self-discovery on the character.
Yeah.
I mean, legitimately from an entirely different time and world, basically. So, I mean, I think there's a little bit of justification there. Not just because he's old.
There's
Also-
definitely an age gap.
vote now over in the Discord show discussion. If Sig is a boomer, assuming that's true, does that make Fritz a millennial or a Gen Z? Vote now.
But then where does that put Callie? Because Callie is also incredibly old.
Well, I mean, she's kind of hip though.
It's Gen X.
Gen X.
I mean, she's technically, if you count the time that they've been alive, she's technically older than Sig. Because Sig was a necklace for 2,000 years. He didn't have a body at that point.
But he was 1,000 before. I thought she said 500 to 1,000, or was it 1,500?
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
it's somewhere in the
1500, but-
1500 range.
Yeah. So
Oh.
technically, She could be older, technically.
The generations, though, is where it gets you. Think like Captain America style there. He was from a specific generation.
That is true.
Frozen and brought forward.
He's very much out of time, so that's fair.
Anyway, vote now. We'll see you there.
Yeah. Also, use our socials and tag at least one boomer if you know any, and at least 3 Gen Z kids
That's gonna really confuse
about the
people.
podcast.
I love it.
What happened to our food voting? What happened there?
Oh yeah, and let us know about the food. Whichever one. We have 2 prompts.
I do love though this like basically cluster bomb promotion. Just pick random people and say, hey, you should listen to this.
And if
Do it.
saying all those
I love
words is
it.
a little bit much and voting out loud, just make some memes and throw them in the Discord. We'd love to see them. Show us all your best boomer memes.
Facts.
We just don't.
Oh, yeah.
We just don't speak about the first meme war though.
Oh god. And lastly, I'll leave you with topic of the week. And just because to go on par with what we're talking about, we want to hear about the random ages you make your characters. Because apparently every player character can now live almost indefinitely. So I want to hear about those ages because there's always funny reasons behind them.
Well, not always.
I also another fun one with that too is sometimes you have I always love like the really weird ages for characters, and you have like some weird like problem because of that sort of age thing.
Well, this would be a great time to chat
Like-
about it in the show discussion. Anyway,
Exactly.
Exactly.
we
Love you.
As always, we love you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.